Hello everybody, Crack here. Today I will debunk that battle between Steven Universe and Star Butterfly. Why? Because I think they got some things wrong. I don't think they got wrong the result necessarily. I'm not here to say that Star is actually only able to destroy like a building and Steven can destroy the universe because his name is Steven Universe. But I am here to point out some things that I think they ultimately got wrong. So this is what this video is about.
Shield. Given the light emanating from this attack and its distance, we can estimate it to be over 843 million tenajoules per second of energy. Joules?
So this whole calculation, as you can see here, relies on the fact that supposedly White Diamond hasn't left Homeworld in a longer time that has been since this attack has been launched, meaning that, logically this attack has been launched from Homeworld, which is another galaxy, and given how big it is, that's how much damage it does or should do. But here's the problem with this. One, shouldn't that make Steven, who reacted to White Diamond and Yellow Diamond, and well, actually he reacted to White Diamond and Blue Diamond in the series, massively faster than the speed of light? Shouldn't he be literally millions, if not maybe billions of times faster than light, given how fast this thing must have been and the fact that Steven reacts to attacks from those characters later on? So that doesn't make sense. It's not really consistent with your speed thing. But at the same time, this hinges on the fact that eons means literally billions of years. For people who don't know, an eon can mean anywhere from maybe 1,000 years. It could mean 100,000 years. It could mean 60 million years, 600 million years, or just a billion. The definitions for this word are actually it depends. It usually just means a long time. It doesn't necessarily have to have a specific definition of time. It doesn't have to have a specific span of time. So it's kind of weird that you rely on this thing, which might very well not mean like millions of years and just might mean thousands of years, which could mean that the Diamonds didn't attack from Homeworld. But even if they did, right, and let's say you're correct, that still implies that Steven is billions of times faster than you gave him credit for in this very video.
And he can even fuse with other gems, or sometimes a human. Wonder what a fusion between us would look like. Fusions tend to result in a more powerful entity than the...
So here's the thing I don't understand about that battle. They didn't bring up the fact that Steven, if you kill his physical body, he still has his pink gem pure state, and they never mention it, they never use it, they never even mention the feat of him reacting and fighting White Diamond, but they do mention fusions, which they say they're not gonna use. So why are you mentioning something like fusion, which is basically useless in this battle and in general if Steven fights alone, but you don't mention something that is actually relevant to the situation, which is Steven pure gem pink staked, which basically when Steven, or if Steven dies, his human body dies, his gem just becomes another Steven made of pure pink gem, pink diamond, whatever, and it's way stronger than normal Steven. Why don't you mention that thing, but you mention something like fusion, which is basically pointless in this situation?
Lifted the entire ocean into the atmosphere. The effort required for that would be anywhere from 92 petatons to over 10 zetatons of TNT.
I don't necessarily have anything bad to say about this. I just want to know where this calculation came from, because none of the ones that I saw get this high. So I mean, it's cool that they say that Steven and Lapis are this strong, but it's just weird that they got it to be this strong, you know?
And since Monster Steven has the same power as his pink state, just with absolutely no control, Steven's still powerful enough to take on anything in his way.
A weird thing they keep doing throughout this episode is... Well, okay, first of all, they don't use Monster Steven in the battle. Which I don't know why, because Star's whole thing that she fights monsters anyway, or at least for the first 2 seasons. So it's kind of weird they don't use like the most obvious form of Steven that would match against her, but whatever. But they keep implying that Monster Steven is as strong as like just Pink Steven, which is like wrong. That is not true. Monster Steven is so strong, he literally one-shotted the strongest characters in the verse by screaming, okay? There's not even... the normal Steven that's just pink is not that freaking strong. Like, what is happening? What are you... This is a weird implication. They just imply that, oh, he's just the same strength, but he does no control. Like, no, he has literally is like the strongest like version of himself. So it's weird you keep implying it's like the same strength as, you know, just normal Pink Steven. Okay, so this thing that this pop-up thing we see on screen right now, this is a weird thing people keep using about Star Versus, where they say, well, Star didn't use her time stop ability since she used it the first time because she didn't want to, you know, mess up with Father Time and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, in this show, but in a versus battle, she doesn't have to think about stuff like that. Like, think about it. Okay, first of all, if you want to make it bloodlusted or like to the death, they have to kill each other or at least, you know, win at all costs. Why would she do that, right? And even if you make it in character, this is still a versus battle. It's not like it takes place necessarily in her universe, right? So it's not like she's gonna think, wow, you know something, I could use some time stop right now, but I can't because that one episode where I said I'm not gonna do it anymore because of Father Time. Like, no, dude. If you want to use her strongest version, use her strongest version, and like, don't be like a coward and be like, oh, well, actually she can't use this thing. Like, no, she can still use it. You just don't want her to use it because it's overpowered.
Speaking of destroying things, her thermonuclear butterfly blast has wrecked a house, and according to Star, her mega explosive crystal laser is powerful enough to obliterate planets.
I like when they do this. This is so hilarious. I like how they talked about her power, and then they're like, well, Star Butterfly, it's even able to destroy a house! Oh my god, a house! And then they're like, but she's also able to destroy a planet. I'm like, what? Why? This is just so obvious filler, right? You don't have to say, she can even destroy a house. She can even tank a building exploding. When you're gonna show feats that's gonna be like, that are gonna be like planet level, right? I understood if it was like a mountain or something. She destroyed the mountain or she tanked the mountain exploding. But you literally just went from like house to like planet level. And you are so enthusiastic about like about the house feat. It's actually kind of funny in a way and very unnecessary.
One of the monsters she's fought, Meteora, has deflected lightning. Being able to fight on par with Meteora means Star's able to reach speeds over Mach 1000.
Okay, now this is kind of weird, because they're like, yeah, Skywin can destroy like a freaking, you know, universe immediately, like in moments. But also Star, it's only lightning level. Like, what? If people can destroy universes in like a span of moments, isn't that literally massively faster than the speed of light? Not to mention that lasers have been used in the series before. And the fact that if you want to really highball it, if you think about it, Omnitraxus Prime is literally the living embodiment of like the universe or like the multiverse even, right? And he fights people and he loses. So wouldn't that make like giving the fact he has like literally timelines inside of his belly, wouldn't that make like Star Wars characters who can like be above him? Which, to be fair, he's a very high tier in terms of strength. He's like on the top. He's like top 5, maybe top 10 or something around those lines. Wouldn't that kind of make anyone stronger than him or faster than him like have like infinite or like immeasurable speed or something? Or like at least massively faster than light? Why you give them like lightning speed, dude? Literally, Omnitrexus Prime, it's as big as the multiverse. What are you talking about? I want to quickly talk about the animation and say that, well, it wasn't the greatest animation ever. The voice acting was pretty decent, and except of the fact that they didn't use, you know, Master Steven, I think it's pretty okay fight, you know. It's alright.
Steven was physically superior, at least to Star's everyday appearance. Star can survive explosions worth a few dozen tons of TNT, but he can match Garnet's mountain-busting might. Sure, his laser feats mean he was faster than Star in her lightning feats, but Star's butterfly form and transportation magic meant she had plenty of ways to work around that.
Wait, so by your own logic, Steven should have won. If you think Star's durability or physicality, whatever you call it, it's only, I don't know, building level or like castle level, whatever that means, and Steven's it's mountain level, and you think Star it's only like lightning speed and Steven it's light speed, which might I remind you, light it's literally thousands of times faster than lightning. Wouldn't that mean that Steven could just blitz her base form? Because I know they say that like, well, in her pink state form she's actually faster and stronger and more durable and stuff, right? But wouldn't that mean that they start in base form, Steven just goes for the punch, giving the difference in speed and attack potency that you made, but those are the claims you made, this is what you said. Giving that information, wouldn't Steven just go to her and one-shot her immediately and that's it, in her base form, before she can even like transform or anything? I think that doesn't really line up with anything. Like, if you think she's slower by like thousands of times, giving the speed you give to both of them, and then you say that her durability it's again hundreds of thousands of, maybe even millions of times lower than his attack power or even durability, he can just one-shot her immediately, speed blitz and one-shot her before she even gets into her butterfly form. By your own freaking logic, that makes no fucking sense.
843 million tenajoules, or about 2 tenatons of TNT, is certainly nothing to scoff at.
But Star had spells that could destroy a whole planet.
But wait, that attack is more than planet level. It's literally like dwarf star or like small star level or something like that. It's like approaching star level. What do you mean? I mean, I know they mention that like, oh, she might be able to destroy like a dimension or a universe or whatever, but it's kind of weird that they're like, oh yeah, she can even destroy a planet, when the planet level feat, by their own admission, should be, by their own calculation, should be lower than the feat they presented for Steven earlier. So it's kind of weird how they did that. It's weird as hell. I guess the last thing I want to talk about is this thing where they mention Omnitrexus Prime and how he's a living universe and how he's the embodiment of space-time and Star is stronger than him. I mean, which is fair, but the problem here is that he's not a living universe. He's a living multiverse. It's not like there's only one universe inside of himself. There's infinite universes, infinite timelines, infinite dimensions inside of his belly. So wouldn't that be multiversal? Aside from other multiversal feats in this series? So yeah, it's kind of weird, dude. So yeah, this is it. This is the debunk thing. I just corrected, or you know, I guess debunked some of their points, or like pointed out that they're not consistent, or some of their things are illogical or don't make sense. But yeah, that's about it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe or whatever, and see you next time. Crack out. Bye.